emergency, so essentially emergency conditions. The income limits for low and moderate income. A low income is considered less than or equal to 50% of the area median income, moderate income less than or equal to 80%. Some examples here: for a household of 4, low income, the total household income has to be $50,950 or less. And then for moderate income, $81,500. Again, these are just for a family of 4. So with this, the annual action plan is required each year by the city to be submitted to HUD. The action plan details the funding actions that we will take. This year, the allocation is that $653,000 number. Couple requirements that come along with this. 20% of the funds are allowed for program administration. This year, we're suggesting the 120. 15% of funds are allowed for public services. You can't fund more than 15% of the annual allocation for public services. That generally is like a homeless services type situation. 70% of the funding has to be dedicated to that low moderate income persons or households. And then the funds are required to be spent within that annual year. So citizen participation is also a requirement of all federal funding, I suppose, but especially CDBG. And so on March 30th, we held a public workshop online, and just invite everyone who would be interested. So we publish it online, we email previous subrecipients, local organizations, all of that. And we open the application period generally after that public workshop and ask for, input on the action plan, input on funding. We did not receive any input this year. We generally don't. June 23rd, the 30-day public comment period started on that annual action plan. Paper on the city website. We have the action plan available at the library when it's available. And then today we will hold the public hearing. And then the 30-day comment period ends on Friday. And we hope to submit all of the required documents and action plan on. The city received 12 applications for funding this year. As I said, that number available is about almost 654,000, and we received almost 3.4 million in funding requests. So again, can't always fund everything. So the proposed funding for this year, I did mention the program admin in a previous slide, and then we are proposing the food bank refrigeration updates for 150,000 there. We are proposing to fund
recording in progress
modifications for seniors and disabled. This funding, as you can see down there, some of it is using old unexpended funding for this year. The recommendations: conduct a public hearing to receive comments on this action plan, and then after consideration, adopt a resolution approving the proposed action plan and authorize staff to submit the required documents to HUD. Any questions?
Government Watch, you can support or sponsor. Help keep the community aware with Yuba-Sutter.LIVE.